Olivia and Bolivia and the Dyna-Mighties in the quest for the red dragon, a dry gore, Wizzpop too. When they reached the station at Devil's Bridge, they asked the train guard politely where they might find a red dragon. Maybe down in a gorge, the man told them. Beneath his guard's cap, he had jet black hair and was very tall and gangly, so that his uniform trousers did not reach his shoes. Under his uniform jacket, he wore a baggy, hooped, purple and green jersey that hung down lower on one side than the other, and he had bright yellow socks. But be careful what you seek, he said, rolling his eyes. Olivia Bolivia gulped, imagining in a vivid picture in her head the moment when they would be face to face with a dry gore. She didn't tell her team that she was just the teeniest, weeniest bit scared. I'll stay here at the station cafe, Bomholio said. Establish a base camp. Hold the fort. Eat jam sandwiches and drink cocoa, Wings suspected. Your knees are knocking together like castanets playing a fandango, Olivia Bolivia scolded Bomholio. Are you a man or a mouse? Squeak, squeak, Bomholio squeaked. Boom, boom, Dyna-Mighties, Olivia Bolivia boomed out her team's battle cry, which she'd just made up. Let's go find that gorge. And so they set off, more or less intrepidly. More or less. What are castanets? Bomholio asked. And where does a fandango? No time for that, Olivia Bolivia said firmly. We're on a mighty mission. Wing said, clearing her throat. I think the gorge and the waterfalls are the other way, under that bridge over there. So they turned around and set off fairly intrepidly in the other direction, towards the bridge. Bomholio did, however, try to sneak back to the station cafe because not only were his knees knocking, but his stomach was rumbling. With all the knocking and rumbling, and the occasional booming whiz-popper trumped on the beat, he could have started a one-man band. Olivia Bolivia led the way, gripping tight to her special dragon-catching crook. High, high up on a mountain top, not so far away, there was a flash of red and a tongue of orange flame. But the Dyna-Mighties didn't see anything, because they had their heads down, intently heading for the bridge. The Devil's Bridge. At the bridge there was a notice. Wings read it to them. Apparently it wasn't a Devil's Bridge at all. Its real name in Welsh was Pont ar Fynach, which simply meant bridge over the river Mynach. So there wasn't really anything to be scared about, except maybe a dry goch. Devil's Bridge is the English name, Wings told them. Probably because they're a bit silly and couldn't say Pont ar Fynach, Olivia Bolivia said, saying it very well, pronouncing the F like a V and the Y like a U. How did she know these things? Because she is Olivia Bolivia, leader of the Dyna-Mighties, of course. She knows everything. So this English just made up a name, Bomholio asked. That's naughty, isn't it? You just can't go calling things anything that comes into your head, can you? Although that might be lots of fun, Wings said, pointing to Bomholio. Cauliflower. Wellington boot, Olivia Bolivia said, catching on quickly and pointing at the bridge. Jam jar, said Wings, pointing up to a red kite that glided past overhead. Bicycle, laughed Olivia Bolivia, pointing at a squirrel which was sitting on a tree and watching them. She was good at this game. Gate, shouted Bomholio, joining in the game and pointing. That is a gate, Olivia Bolivia said. That's the gate to the path down into the gorge, Wings said. I know that, said Bomholio. Do you think I'm stupid? Let's go, Olivia Bolivia said, leading the way again. We've got a dragon to find. It turned out the Devil's Bridge was exactly 3 bridges built one on top of the other. That's extra creamily clever, Bomholio decided. How'd you get across a bridge? Build another bridge. Olivia Bolivia wasn't so sure. Being careful and using her crook to help her walk without slipping, she led her team along a walkway through some dense dark woods. Another squirrel that was watching them closely fell off his tree and landed on Bomholio's head, clinging onto his ears. For a moment the squirrel's tail made Bomholio look as if he had a big, thick, grey moustache, which made Olivia Bolivia and Wings laugh and laugh. Not funny, Bomholio said, picking the squirrel off his head and sniffing it in case it was a cake. Deciding that it wasn't, they put it back in the tree. Now they could see the spectacular waterfall that plunged 300 feet down into the gorge. They all gasped because it was really quite a sight. All that water, said Bumholio. That's probably enough to make a glass of lemon squash. Maybe even two, Wings said. The path was more uneven now, and they had to make their way very carefully. The waterfall roared and thundered. The birds sang. Bumholio whiz-popped. The waterfall rolled and roared and thundered. The birds fell silent and flew away. Still more steps down, down into the gorge. Then they reached the steps called Jacob's Ladder, another 100 steep steps down. The steps were slippery and they gripped tight to the handrails. Look out for the dragon, Olivia Bolivia said. Finally, they reached the very bottom of the gorge where they found, wait for it, another bridge. A little wooden bridge over the narrow river which had cut its course deep into the rock. No sign of a dragon, Wings said. There's nothing here, said Bumholio, not even a fruit shop. Well, there is me. And there, standing in the middle of the little wooden bridge, was a tiny red creature with two horns on its head, a red tail, and a small but pointy trident. Bumholio didn't faint, but he did sit down very hard on his bottom, which made him do the most almighty whiz-popper. The red campion flowers around and about the bridge all wilted. Ah, spring is in the air, said the tiny red creature, inhaling the awful pong and seeming to enjoy it. Who are you? Olivia Bolivia demanded, gripping tight to her crook and facing the tiny red creature. I'm a little devil, said the little devil, and I believe you're looking for a dragon. What are you doing here? Olivia Bolivia asked the little red devil. Oh, I'm keeping the cow company, the little devil said, indicating a stocky, woolly-coated Welsh black cow that stood on the other side of the little footbridge behind him, if it was a him. The cow gave Olivia Bolivia a big wink. But why? Olivia Bolivia began. Don't ask, the little devil said, holding up a palm towards Olivia Bolivia. To cut a very long story short, I hide away down here so that the people of Wales can be a bit naughty sometimes. With me living here, everyone in the country can feel the little devil inside them when they need it. That's my magic. Because everybody needs to be a little wicked, play a trick on someone, and have a laugh sometimes, don't they? Otherwise life can be dull, the little devil pretended to yawn. Olivia Bolivia is never naughty, Wings told the little devil, though there was a twinkle in her eye as she spoke. Quite right, said Olivia Bolivia. Exactly, yes. In the trees all around them, the squirrels gathered, chattering and curious about what was going on. Do you have any food? Bumholio asked the little devil. The cow has some grass, the little devil said, if you're brave enough to try and share it with her. The cow didn't pause in chewing her cud, but she had a glint in her eye and gave Bumholio a long, hard look. Then she snorted and shook her head, drawing his attention to her long, pointy horns. Actually, Bumholio decided, I'm not hungry at all. Where is a Ddraig Goch? Olivia demanded, remembering their mission. What do you want with her? The little devil countered. It's a secret, Olivia Bolivia said firmly. Then I can't tell you where she is, the little devil said. She's a she, Wings spotted. I'll say no more, the little devil said stubbornly. And you, Olivia Bolivia asked, are you a she too? Actually, I'm happy just being me, the little devil said. That's nice, Olivia Bolivia said, but do please tell us where the dragon is. Can't make me. I said please, Olivia Bolivia said, but the little dragon just scowled, pointed the trident at Olivia, and took a menacing step forward. Olivia Bolivia held her crook tightly in front of her, standing firm. Up in the trees, the chattering squirrels stopped chattering. The silence was electric. The little devil took another step forward. Braver than a banana, Olivia Bolivia held her ground. The little devil scowled at her. Olivia Bolivia scowled back. Time stood still. Bumholio's stomach rumbled loudly like a huge thunderstorm building up. Time ran out, and was followed closely by all the squirrels beating a hasty retreat, leaping nimbly from branch to branch. Even the cow stopped chewing and looked worried, her long pink tongue curled around a tussock of grass. You must get a bit bored down here, Wings said, hoping to calm the whole situation before the little devil started a fight with Olivia Bolivia, who certainly would not back down, or worse, so much worse, a frightened Bumholio let rip with the smelliest Wizzpopper ever. Eh? Said the little devil, distracted. Just you and the cow, is it? Wings asked. Her name is Rhianon, the little devil said. Then there's the squirrels, but they're nuts. And time ran out with them, Bumholio observed. I'm back, said Time. I just popped off for a moment. We're back too, chorused the squirrels. I won't pop off again, talk, unless, Time told Bumholio, you're about to whiz-pop again. I bet it would be nice to have something to read, Wings said to the little devil. Oh, that would be lovely, the little devil admitted, forgetting to point the trident. From the other side of the bridge, Rhianon mooed in agreement. I have this beautiful book, Wings said, reaching under her bag. It's called The Quest for the Red Dragon. What's it about? Bumholio asked, but everyone ignored him, even the squirrels. If you read this book, Wings told the little devil, then you'll know the secret of our quest. Yes, said Olivia Bolivia, exactly. The little devil took a few quick little steps forward, little red hand reaching out for the book. But Wings fluttered up into the air, just out of reach. Where is Yddraig Goch? Olivia Bolivia asked again. It was all about teamwork. And can you recommend a good restaurant? Bumholio added, striking while the iron was hot, whatever that meant. She's my friend, the little devil said. We're both red. But my book isn't red, Wings teased. Not yet. It's extremely good, Olivia Bolivia said. I'm in it. You could read it to Rhianon, Wings said, hovering, every night before she goes to sleep. Even the squirrels will like it, Olivia Bolivia said. There's acorns in it already. Acorns! The squirrels all chirped excitedly. Acorns! Acorns! Okay, the little devil said. Yddraig Goch lives on top of Pumlumon. Pumlumon, Bumholio repeated, quite liking the citrusy taste of the word. What is that? Wings asked. It's a mountain, the little devil told her. It means 5 peaks. The English call it Plinlimon, which doesn't mean anything. There they go again, Bumholio remembered. They seem to be funny old bods, these Englishes. We call it Pumlumon Fawr, the little devil explained, which means big 5 peaks. Where is Pumlumon Fawr? Olivia Bolivia asked, rolling the R and pronouncing the mountain perfectly. Pumlumon Fawr. North of here, the little devil said, pointing vaguely. It's hard to keep track of which direction is which when you spend all your time in the bottom of a gorge talking to a cow and playing hide and seek with squirrels. And they always win. Whoop, whoop, the squirrels all whooped. Whoop, whoop. But now, Wings said, offering the little devil a beautiful book, you'll have something to read. Boom, boom, Dyna-Mighties, Olivia Bolivia boomed, and she was already leading the way up Jacob's ladder, up out of the gorge. How will we find Pumlumon? Wings asked the little devil, not letting go of the book quite yet. Oh, you can't miss it, the little devil said. It's the highest mountain in the whole of mid-Wales, which is in the middle of Wales, which is around here somewhere. Thank you very much, Wings said, releasing the book and turning to fly up after Olivia Bolivia. About that restaurant, Bumholio asked the little red devil, but the little red devil had already sat down, opened the book, and was beginning to read about the next adventure on their quest.